Well, howdy, ho, everybody. Welcome in to this little series, video one, where we're going to be making a little recipe app using Adalo or Adalo if you're cool. I've heard it said both ways. I don't know. Regardless, that's neither here nor there. What is Adalo? Adalo. You might be asking yourself. It's Adalo, you guys. Just call it Adalo. You can build custom responsive apps and publish anywhere. You can publish to the App Store, to the Google Play Store, and to custom domains. So you can have, web hosting and that kind of stuff. Could be a PWA, progressive web app, if you will. Pretty neat. So you can build unlimited test apps or like staging apps for free. And it's really cool. I've been playing around with it for a little bit. I thought maybe it was high time that I kind of stick some of my knowledge out there. So I was searching the intranets for like a recipe app, how to build a recipe app with no code, because this is kind of a no code. I mean, it is. It's no coding required. It could be a low code because there's some custom functions you get into under the paid plans. But anyway, yeah, I couldn't really find a good recipe, like how to build a recipe app out there or like a cookbook or something like that. So I thought maybe we'd kind of jump into it today. I have a good idea of where I want to go with this. I thought maybe we would build it together. So you can brand your app with different colors and different fonts. I think you bring in the whole Google font library on the upgraded plan. But like I said, we're just going to be running through the free plan. It's pretty robust what you can do. You will have to, let's see, pricing. You will have to upgrade to $65 per month if you want to publish your apps to the App Store. Otherwise, $45 a month lets you just do like a web thing, site, place, like a dashboard or something like that. But anyway, yeah, just some of the features here. This isn't really a what is Adalo. This is more of a let's build with Adalo. So let's just build with Adalo. So what you're going to want to do is come up here and either sign up if you don't have an account. Like I said, it is free. So if you already have an account, log in. We're just going to log in. When you log in, you're brought to this page right here. It gives you two options at the time of this recording. What kind of app do you want to make? You can do a responsive app. This will be for, desktop, laptop, and that kind of stuff. Screen sizes all the way down to the mobile viewport, so you can do fully responsive there. I find it kind of finicky, so I don't know. This would be great for like an intranet or like a dashboard for clients and that kind of stuff if you're an agency. But we're going to do mobile only right now, legacy, because eventually at some point we would plan on publishing this to the app stores. So you can start with different templates here. I think it's really cool. We're going to start just from blank seats, just from fresh scratch. Also, my watch is telling me to stand up. Come on, bro. I'm trying to do a video here. So you can create a new database. One of the things I like about Adalo is that it has a built-in database. There's no, connecting to Firebase or Airtable, though it will. Pardon, cough edit. There's APIs you can use to integrate with other databases like Airtable, I'm pretty sure. Google Sheets and that kind of stuff. So let's just create a new database. Blank application. Right. Here's where you can name your app. You can set your primary and secondary colors. You can also do this later. You have to name it now, but you can set the colors later. Let's just call this the recipe app, and we will use the default colors. Create. And then you are met with this screen right here. One of the things I like about Adalo is it starts you off just right out the gate with a sign up and login loop with a home screen. Really neat. Home screen, if I zoom in, this icon doesn't get any bigger. It just stays the same, so it doesn't really help. But that's a cute little home screen right there. And also, all the way over here across the world is your landing page, kind of your intro page. So there is a little glitch right now in Adalo that I'm aware of, that if you're using it on desktop on Windows, if you hold Control and mouse wheel out, you go out to the universe view. So I don't know. On Mac, it works fine because you can kind of like use the trackpad to swipe around, but I'm on desktop today. So let's look at it real quick. We got our sign up, we have our login, and we have our home. So kind of like a Figma document. This is really cool. It shows you the connections, like if you're going to prototype in like Adobe XD or something like that. It shows the relations of the actions, which I think is really neat. So we have this form component right here, which you can see the fields here. You can add new fields. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff you can do with this required placeholder. You can put like little variables and stuff in there. Really neat. But the submit button, this button right here is sign up. What it does, it has an action that creates, or it signs up. So basically, yeah, it does create a user in the database with email, password, and full name. You can add different fields to this form, and you can just tie those into the database, which we will look at here in just a second. That's really neat. And then you can have another action on the sign up button that takes you to the home screen with a push animation or the transition, which is really, really neat. You can have multiple actions, which I think is really cool. So you can do some pretty crazy stuff there. And then also already have an account. The action you can see down here, the click action goes to login. And in the login form, you are just logging in an existing user and then you're linking to the home. So pretty cool. We're going to dork around with this just a little bit and change it up. But one of the first things you want to do when you're designing or laying out an app or thinking about an app is you want to come up with the data structure. Like, what kind of data are you going to have? How do you want it to look? In our case, we're going to be doing recipes, and recipes are going to have, ingredients, maybe an image, maybe under a category. So a parent-child relationship there. So let's go ahead and just going to pull this up real quick and show you guys kind of what I got going on here. We got some icons. We'll run over those just a little bit. I have some Lottie animations, which are really cool. We're going to use here in just a second. But like categories, I've already cropped these. These are just from Free Pick. If you're going to be publishing an app, you're going to want to like attribute the authors of the images and that kind of stuff. I'm just doing a tutorial right now. I'm not actually going to be publishing this app. Maybe we will at a later time after I put my own recipes in here, but man, it takes a lot of time. So for nowsies, we're just going to use these. So I got my category images. You can see chicken, hamburger, pasta, soup, steak. I mean, you can choose whatever you guys want to choose, but this is just to kind of show like the structure of the database. So I visually kind of get my directory set up here so that I know like a burger is going to be obviously under a burger category. So it's going to be a recipe. There's 2 recipes there. So I guess with that being shown off, let's come over here into the database and look at this. So by default, Adalo does give you a users table, which I think is really neat. It's blank for starters, but you can see you got email, password, username they have, but they're not using it on this form. If you wanted to, you could click into the form, come to fields, you could add a field, and it shows it right there because it's pulling in the username from the database. So we're not actually going to do that because, we'll just use the email and full name for some of the other stuff and things as we move forward. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, we can probably just actually, it's locked. They want us to use it. Okay, never mind. We'll just leave that alone. But this is users. So let us go ahead and create our first user. And this is what the database table looks like. You can add a row to it by doing this. We'll just go to the goodishgameologist@gmail.com, create our own password. Username, we don't need to fill this out. It's not required, and it's not on the sign up form. So let's go Goodish. You guys can put whatever you want to it there, but there you go. We have email, that, and that. So one of the things we want to do is on the users table, we're going to use this here in just a second. So it's all gonna tie together. Let's go to image, and let's just do like a, I don't know, profile photo. You could just say image, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but it's the image type. So now if we come here to the records, that's weird. Oh, anyway, let's just move on. It showed 0 records, but there actually is one. So now we can come here and we have this field where we can choose our photo. We'll go with that little precious nugget of a photo right there. We will change this out here in just a second, but I just kind of want to show you guys. There you go. Now it says 1 record, kind of the flow here. So what we could do then is we could come to the home screen. We can hit this plus up here, and this brings in, it shows all of the components, which is really, really cool. There's also a marketplace where you can explore to get like custom made components. I'll show you that here in just a moment. But we can grab some text and just click and drag it over, and you can kind of resize it a little bit. And then up here is where you can type in your name, right? And that would be static. No matter who comes to the homepage is going to see name. But we want this to be dynamic. We want it to be the username or the full name or whatever field in the database that we choose to show. Could be email too. But what we can do here, which I think is really neat, we could say welcome, comma, space, and then we can click this magic text, and it pulls in this data. So I'm going to say a logged in user because we could access like the count, the sum of all the user records in the user table. We don't want to do that. We want it to be, unique to the logged in user. So we'll go logged in user, full name. So in this case, it's going to say welcome Goodish. Really, really nice. Let's go ahead and scoot this over just a little bit. We can go right there. But now we can hit the plus icon up here. We can click and drag over an image. We can resize the image down quite a bit. And then we can come here to edit styles. And we can set like a width on the thing. We can say 60 by 60, make it a square. And in rounding, we can make it a circle, which is really, really cool, I think. I mean, I find it cool. I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty sick. So now we got this little layout right here. You guys can guess what we're going to do here. We're going to come right here, and we're not going to do actions. We're going to do image source. And we could do upload, where you can just upload a static image there. If you want like a placeholder, kind of like this one right here, everybody gets the same logo or avatar or image. I'm just going to come here to the database and logged in users profile photo. And you can see it's got the little magic text, little icons around it. So it's going to say picture, welcome, full name. And we can actually do this because we're excited that they logged in. Now, up here in a preview, it's really, really cool. It just previews it right here. You can change and check the different screen sizes. But now we already have an account, so we can click this, and then we can log in with our credentials that we have in the database. Log in, and you can see, boom, welcome, goodish. Personalization, son, nice. All right, so what we're going to do now then is kind of spruce this up, beef it up just a little bit, make it a little bit more fun. We're going to start off by creating an intro, like a landing page, where instead of sign up, the user is met with a little bit more funness. And we're just going to kind of like, let's see here, just kind of change some of this stuff up a little bit. The flow is going to basically be the same. There's going to be some extra screens, kind of like a more fun onboarding, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and create a screen just by clicking the plus button up here. Add screen. I'm going to do blank. We're going to call this one intro, because I think it works. And then, of course, it sticks it all the way to the right. I'm going to go out to the universe view and kind of bring my way back a little bit. And then we'll go right. It's kind of cool thing, too. It's like Figma, where you can just kind of click and drag these screens wherever you want. And whatever order they are here does not affect the app. It doesn't matter. You can have these all willy-nilly. I like to have like the flows set up because you can always see with these arrows and stuff, you can always see like what the flow is. Back to universe view, back to here. All right, so here's what we're going to do, you guys. We're going to click the plus. And you guys, I don't know if you're following along or not, but if you guys are following along, I mean, make this your own. But I'm just kind of, I'm just kind of doing this thing. This is what I've been doing. It's what I've been working on. So I think there's a need for it. And I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't find a good example online, so I thought maybe I'll just kind of create my own. So hopefully this helps some people. It's very niche down, I understand, but I don't know. There's probably a need out there somewhere. So put down there in the comments if this is exactly what you guys are looking for, or what else would be helpful. So anyway, we're just going to name the app. In our case, we name this the recipe app. Now this text can be static because, the app name isn't going to change. Now, something really, really cool we're going to do. We're going to hit the plus button again and then come down here to the marketplace. I already have it installed, but we're going to come explore the marketplace. You can filter by view all for your premium. You can search up here. In my case, I just use this one. Lottie animations. If you guys are unaware of those, I'm going to show you what they are right now. So click and drag in a Lottie animation. And you can like resize this and all that kind of stuff. But you'll notice up here on the left-hand side, it says Lottie Files JSON. So it's going to take in some JSON objects up here. And you can find Lottie animations on the Lottie Files website. And go to middle mouse wheel there on Windows and open it up in a new tab. And we can search here for like food or cooking or something. But you can see like there's some cool animations that you can use. In this case, we're going to be using this guy right here. So I went ahead and grabbed the code, which is right. And it's this first one. So I can go ahead and highlight all this. Okay, all 10,000 lines of it. My gosh, dude, that's probably the longest string of text I've ever copied. So we're just going to Control V and paste it there. And there you have it. We've got ourselves a lovely, nice little animation. So really, really nice. Very cool. It's also very lightweight, so it's not going to bog down the app when it loads in. Animation tab over here. With it selected, you have two options over here. You got the Lottie, which we just looked at. We pasted that in, and also the animations. You can loop the animation, which means it's just going to loop over and over again. You can stop the loop. That means after the final image, it just stops and rests right there. You can put click actions on it. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. This, in our case here, and in my example, we're just going to have it be just a cute little Lottie animation, and you can resize it too, which is really neat. And because it's like all JSON magic, it just scales. It's very, very cool. So I don't know, size however you want, or don't even use that. Bring over a button. I don't know why my brain just farted on itself real quick. I was like, button here. Let's go and remove that. You can put icons on here, which is really nice. I don't think I'm going to do that. Maybe I will. No, I'm not going to. We're just going to say sign up. So this is going to be the flow that takes, the intro screen right here. It's going to take us to the sign up. And we're also going to, let's just do this real quick whilst we're here. The sign up button, let's go ahead and bring it up just a little bit. And then this guy right here that already have an account, I can hold Alt and drag over here, makes a copy of it. And then it copies over the actions and the styling and all that kind of stuff, which is really nice. So we don't need to change anything because it's already set up with a click action to go back to the login. So this flow is already done. Sign up, all we need to do is click on this button, come down here to actions. There's no action, so let's add an action. And we're going to link to the sign up page. And it just puts these little lines here, these navigational lines right there, and you can change it. You can change your animation, which I think is really neat. Let's do push for nowsies. Shadows, there's a little bit of styling stuff you can do. You can change your primary colors, which you can do on a per component basis, or you can come up here to the branding and change all the styles here. The Google fonts, I think I said earlier, you can bring in the entire Google fonts library if you upgrade. But like I said, for now, we're just going to do the free version. So we're just kind of running with the basics. This is more of like an app layout and, showcasing some of what Adalo can do. So, I mean, if you want to, you can make the buttons wider. That's just a design preference. It's up to you guys. I mean, like I said, you could put an icon there if you wanted to. So this is all set up. This is our home page. You can click on the actual screen and you can change the background color. You can change, you can change all sorts of stuff. Like background, you can do like, I don't know why you would want to. And make this white and make this yellow or whatever brand colors you want to do. For now, we're just going to leave it white. But yeah, not too bad, you guys. The styling is it's pretty limited, but I feel like they wrap it up in a way that it's enough to get like stuff done. And Adalo is great for like your MVP, like just getting your basic app made to prove like the viability of the app, because you can post it. I mean, like you said, we can publish it to the App Store and let other users use it. And I don't know. It's great software. I'm in love with it. So one thing we want to do whilst we're here is this little icon we were talking about earlier, indicating that it's the first page the user comes to when opening the app. We wanted to change this because we want people to be on the intro screen. So we can do that by clicking on the actual screen. So the whole thing is highlighted and it's under the name, in our case, intros. If you click that, name, and a screen navigation type. Normal screen, we want to do a drop down, and we want it to be a welcome screen. First screen if a user is not logged in. Go ahead and click that, click done. You'll notice that this little icon is now over here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but like I said, zooming in doesn't make that icon any bigger. You just trust me. So that's that. That's that. We have our intro. We got the little flow going on right here. I do want to add another screen in betwixt these. So I'm thinking maybe what I want to do is come to the sign up, click on the form component. On this submit button, let's remove this link. We still want to sign the user up if they actually fill out the form to sign up. So we're going to leave that there for now. Let's build another screen. Plus button, add screen, blank. Let's call this choose profile image. I didn't spell it correctly. Nailed it. Aced it. And then we'll go ahead and click this and drag this over here. We'll go out here to the... Oh, did it? Did it just disappear? It's all the way down here. Okay, cool. Let's zoom in a little bit. Choose profile image. Right. Now, it's nothing's tied to it. There's no actions coming to it just yet, but we'll work on that here in just a moment. So what I want to do is just grab a little bit of text, and we'll stick it right here. And again, this is just kind of like rough, quick design stuff. So you guys can make it say whatever you want. I think for our case, I'm just going to use this text here. Boom. This avatar will be used as your profile picture. You can change anytime in your profile settings. And because we have a users table with sign up, people have accounts, which means we can have like user profiles and that kind of stuff, which is really neat. Let's go and center that. This guy right here, let's go ahead and click on this. And I want to make sure that we do have, let's hit the plus button. Where is it? App bar. Let's go ahead and bring that over. Boom. So we do have the ability to come back here, which is going to give the user, you want to make the users happy. I'm going to give them the abilities. So that way they're not on this page and they're stuck and they're like, well, what now? So we can have this say, the title can be, let's see, title down here. And it will be choose your profile. Or let's go avatar. Let's go and do this. Nailed it. And then on the left icon, we can do, it has a back arrow, but we need to do an action. So you could do a link and you could just do back. Normally this will work, but you got to think about the flow. I think on this page it will work because they haven't navigated anywhere. And they will only see this page once under one condition. So back should work. But you can always do, like, instead of just back, because it's going to take the user's previously visited screen and use that as back, or you can hard code it to be like, every time the back button is pushed, go to this screen. I think in this case, we're just going to go to sign up. Just kind of show you guys, like, the back button will always go to sign up. They won't accidentally go back to the intro. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and bring this down just a smidge. And I do want to put another button right, and then we want to give them the option to, let's go right. We're going to give them the option to skip if they want to. So let's go right there. And then this will go skip. And if they click this button, they don't want to do what we're going to build right here. They want to ignore it. So we're going to add an action. We're just going to link to the login page. So the flow so far, you install the app, you click on it, you're met with this screen. Sign up, log in. Let's go ahead and maybe do like this. That way there's not like this, the buttons are jumping around on every screen and everything's kind of lined up-ish. Yeah, so they're here. They either sign up and they go here to sign up, or they already have an account and they bypass all of this and go to the login. And if they don't have an account, they're here on sign up, and then same flow, except this time the sign up goes to, they're going to sign up the user, but now we're going to add another action and it goes to the choose your profile. With a push, that's fine. So really cool. So when you're using a form like this, your action can hold information, in this case, data that was entered here, which is essentially the user table. So when you navigate, you can bring over this information into this next screen so it's usable. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so over here on the choose your profile, we have this mapped now. So let's go ahead and hit the plus button, and let's come down here to lists. And what I want to do is grab an avatar list. There's different ways you can do it. You could do it with a horizontal card. You could do it with an image list, a card list. I think in this case, we're just going to do this. I don't know. It's personal preference. I think that'll be fine. I think this will actually be perfect. So what we want to do then is, where are we going to get these avatars from? It says right here, avatar list. What is this a list of? A list is essentially looping through every table available in a database. So we don't have anything yet. We don't have any avatars or anything like that. So let's come back over here to our database and close up users. Now we can add a collection. Boop. And we can call this, whatever, avatars, profile images, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter. But we have a name, which I think we're going to keep as name. But we do want to add a property and add this as image. So now we have an image property, which is going to hold the avatar images. And this can get kind of confusing if you're not familiar with database. So this is basically just your table names, your column names in the table. So when we click on records, you'll see we have name and avatar. ID is automatically created and updated. I think those are just added automatically. So what we can do now is we can add some avatars. So in this case, I think it may be, I want to do like these names, they are going to show, we are going to make them show on the front end, but it doesn't really matter what they're called. But let's add let's choose an image. So here we go. This one's hot dog. I've already made these as well. These are from Free Pick and Raw Pixel. And I like to just make them square. I always like to take care of all my images first. That way it just goes fast. They're all the same size, square. They're all kind of sized the same. But there you go. We have hot dog with an avatar image. We can go panini, and there's a panini right there. And you guys can name these whatever you want to. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of something fun that the user can use to kind of personalize their experience. So we can do hamburger here. And go hamburger. So I will add the rest of these, and then I'll be RBs. All right, fun times. There we go. We've got them added. And like I said, like this whole step, this whole screen that we're making isn't even like necessary. It's just something. Yeah, it's just fun, a little extra step. I think a little bit of extra work, but I think it adds more custom features that the user might like. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? So we went ahead and made the database. We created a document named avatar or avatars. I went ahead and added 12 records. You guys saw name and avatar image. Now what we can do, we can come back over here to our choose your profile image, and we can click on this avatar list. What is this a list of? Now it's avatars, and it's going to pull in that. Really, really neat. There's also on these lists, there's some custom filters you can do. There's sorting, really, really cool stuff. But I think for now, we're just going to leave it as is. The avatar image, the lists loop image here is just going to be the current avatar, avatar list. And then what I want to do is come down here to image options and crop images to fill space. You can do full, show full image, don't crop. I want mine cropped because I want them all to reside within here and not like cut off a hot dog. That would just be a sin. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make sure the hot dog is in the hole. Whatever that means. Anyway, so title, we're going to use the avatar name, which remember is right chon. Avatar name. Cool. So there's that. Now, let's check it real quick. If we come up here to preview, we're already logged in. The preview remembers that. Hello, goodish. So what we can do is come up here to log out. Does this actually work? Holy cow, it does. So let's go and do a little sign up real quick. Goodisher. Let's sign up. This should take us to the screen, and there you have it. We've got combo, sandwich. Oh, we've got sandwich twice. Okay, we've got to change that. Nailed it. But yeah, very, very nice. Now you can kind of sort through here. You can skip it. If we want to skip it, then we will go to the login page. I don't want to skip it just yet. We need to do a little bit more here. So let's go ahead and exit out of here. Let's never save that password again. And then I think maybe we want to do a little bit of user helpful text here. So let's stick this right here. Let's come up here to formatting. Let's hit center align, and we'll do these, and we'll say like swipe E. Yeah, swipe E. Nailed it. Well, let's just change that to swipe. There you go. And this kind of shows the user that, you know, this does side scroll, because there's no, like on these settings, there's no like arrows you can put for like a website slider that I'm aware of. So anyway, we'll just do that for now. Looks pretty good. But now what we want to do, you guys, is some magicery. What we want to do is scooch over just a little bit. Now when a user clicks, we're giving them the option to skip down here. Skip this whole thing, go straight to the login page. However, Someone could choose this, and we could make a pop-up modal or a notification. We can send a notification to their phone saying, you know, hot dog was picked. Let's go ahead and change it real quick now that I'm thinking about it. 12 records. I think we had two sandwiches. Yeah, so let's just select that and delete one record. Nailed it. Aced can be stopped. All right, so yeah, so when a user clicks on this, we want to keep the flow going. Ultimately, we want them to log in, right? We want them to get there into the app to start, you know, building the recipes or purchasing them or however, whatever we want to do. But we don't want them to spend too much time here. So we're going to just do a click action on this list. And we're going to save, let's see, under the avatar list, we're going to save the clicked icon or avatar. So we're going to do that by coming down here. Under the list, we're going to do add action, and we're going to do an update because Adalo allows us to CRUD, create, read, update, and delete. So we're going to update the current logged in user. So they're logged in technically because they've created an account. So we'll go logged in here. And what we want to do is now we are looking at the users table. The profile photo is what we're looking for. We can click that down here. Now, what I was talking about, the data over here, because it's a form, when we navigate and we action away from it, it brings in the information that was entered here over and it makes it available in the next page that now we can use. So we can update the user, the current user, because it was created. Now we can update the current user's profile image with the avatar image that was selected from this list. Current avatar image is going to be wrote or updated or written to the user's profile photo. Nailed it. That's not all. Now we want to go ahead and add a second action that we want to navigate away from this page. There's no need for them to stay here anymore. So what we could do, we could now just go straight to the login page, but because clicking this, it doesn't highlight, there's no like user feedback, that which one they clicked was the one that they wanted. So this step is optional. I mean, this whole thing has been optional so far, but it's just a cool way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and click and create a new screen whenever an avatar image is clicked. And then we're going to bring that screen from way over here over to here. Now, because I chose from this, I chose an action to create or link to a new screen. It already tied in the relation, the navigation relation right there. So now we've got this second or this other screen right here. Let's come down here to screen. This one's going to be like confirm avatar or something like that. I don't know. But what we can do here is click this. Let's go ahead and bring in an app bar. And we can say something like, I don't know, noise. Something. It doesn't really matter. And then the left icon, we can go back. In this case, we can go back. We'll just go back to the choose profile image, back to the screen right here. So now we've got this kind of flow going on. So now when the user clicks this, it's going to now save this data, update the user, and make it available on this screen. So on this screen, we can do something simple like bring in an image, and we can kind of do something around that size. Edit styles. Let's just do I don't know, 200 by 200. Size is irrelevant in this case. We can go ahead and round it off just because that's the kind of style I'm going with. Now, what is the source of this image? We can upload our own as we've established earlier, or we're just going to go to database. We're going to go to the current avatar's avatar image. Actually, no. That's completely wrong. We're going to go to logged in users profile image because that is what we updated. So now we're going to show the current user, which is you, going through the sign-in process, and then show this selected image. I'll show that off here in just a moment. And then we can add some, I don't know, some text right chaw. And we can say, in the modified words of the Templar Knight in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, we could say like, you have chosen your avatar wisely. We can even go comma. We can come to magic text, logged in users, full name. Would you look at that? That's amazing. We make this a little bigger, maybe a 18, and I don't know, kind of feels good. And then we can exclamation on the end of that because we're super excited that they chose the right avatar image. All right, so we're doing really, really good. Let's go ahead and add a button. Right, and this button can be let's get to cooking or something, or let's get to let's say let's get cooking. It doesn't matter. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go ahead and remove that. Let's go ahead and make this bigger. Kind of right there. Now, something cool I want to do. Let's actually make this a little bit smaller. This is all irrelevant. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out and being here still. I hope you guys are getting some use out of this. And there's definitely better ways to do it. Or there's other ways to do it. Probably better ways as well. It's just what I've found to be kind of cool. And it actually works. So let's go ahead and put another Lottie animation right there. So remember, you guys can get it from the marketplace right there. I've already installed it, so I'm just going to click and drag it in. We'll stick it right. And then we're going to reference the other longest code in existence. It's not that bad, actually. Bam. Right. And we're just going to paste it right there. Boom. Now we get this little celebratory huzzah. Whoopee, you did it. Something cool you can also do to kind of spice things up a little bit. Let's check here because I'm actually not entirely sure. Animation. Yeah, there's no like styling on this. So we could come here and just come down to simple. Add a circle, right? And do this little number. And then with the circle selected, or the ellipse, sorry, you can click on these three dots, arrange, and send to back. Nailed it. Now you can see you can change the color of that circle. You can like really customize this. It's really neat. So let's get cooking button. Let's add an action. We're gonna link straight to let's go to login for now. That way it just logs in. Everything's pointing to the login page. It's a little user flow, but at this point, at the login page at this point, if you followed it from the intro, you have signed up, you have chosen an avatar, personal profile image. You've been patted on the back for your choice of avatar. Now you can log in and it brings everything from the database related to that user and brings them in here. So remember before it was that weird little green background goodish that you guys saw. Now, logged in user's profile image, this should now be actually we haven't even chosen it. Let's just start. Let's just start fresh. So now if we preview, there's no image. We can have a fallback image if you want to. Let's go ahead and log out. And let's check this real quick because this button is taking us back to, the action is taking us back to sign up. So we don't want to do that. I mean, we do. Eventually we want to go back to, after you log out, we've assumed that you've already created an account. So we want to go back to log in to start from there, not have to go through the whole intro thing. But for now, let's go back to the intro just so we can test this bad boy. So bam, right chomp. There we go. Recipe app. Look at it. It's so cute. So now we can sign up. Boom. Emailing at email.com. The password, good dish. I don't know. We're going to sign up. Now this should take us to the avatar here. There you go. Now the avatars are loaded in. This avatar will be used, blah, 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 for stuff and things. You can kind of slide through here. I think I do want to do the hot dog. That sounds really, really good right now. So yeah, let's just choose the hot dog. Now we're brought to the avatar confirmation page, a pat on the back. Noise! You've chosen your avatar wisely. Good dish. Nailed it. Let's get cooking. Now we're going to come here to log in. The emailing at email. Is that the email I used? I don't even know. I think so. But now you type that in and then log in. Boom. Now we're here. And look at it. It just works. Sick. All right, you guys, well, that's going to do it for this video. In the next video, we're going to be using more of the database. We're going to build more of that structure to come up with the categories and the recipes. So leave a thumbs up if you guys liked it so far. And universe, ultimate, cosmic power. Yeah, thank you guys. Subscribe if you're new. And welcome aboard. We got a lot more stuff going on. So yeah, this was just kind of the intro bits to the login and register. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, this is Goodish Techie Man, dude, guy, signing out. Goodbye.